here, and today we are sorting the cast of the TV show Friends into Hogwarts houses. Friends is one of my all-time favorite TV shows and one of the most famous sitcoms. The show consists of 6 very lovable friends, but they are all very different. So I'm going to jump in and talk about each one and why I think they would be in a specific Hogwarts house. Let's start off with sorting Ross. Ross was such an easy character for me to sort because I think that he is a very obvious Ravenclaw. I think the first and most obvious point for putting Ross into Ravenclaw is his intelligence. He's arguably the smartest character in the group, but he's also always seeking knowledge, and he cares about being smarter than all of the other characters to a point of competition. It is abundantly clear how important education is to him. He points out on a constant basis that he has a PhD, but he also went on to be a college professor. That seek of knowledge and education is an ever-presence in his life. I think another point that puts Ross into Ravenclaw is how quirky he is. He is definitely an individual, and his interests don't always align with that of the group. They are constantly making fun of him for the nerdy things that he's into, and I think that that's another big Ravenclaw trait is just him being his own person and not caring about what other people think. Next, let's sort Monica. Monica to me is a shoo-in for the Slytherin house. I feel like it is important for me to say that Slytherin kind of gets the rap that they are bad or evil, and that is not always the case despite what you see in the movies. Slytherins produce a lot of good witches and wizards, and I don't think that Monica is in any means a bad character, but I will explain why I think that she belongs in Slytherin. On a multitude of occasions, we see Monica's competitive side. She is by far the most competitive character on the show, and she will do whatever means necessary to get what she wants. Monica is the type of character who has to be in charge. She is a natural-born leader and makes most of the decisions for the group and is constantly taking over any scenario that they are in. Her genuine love for her friends is obvious, but that doesn't mean that she doesn't have the characteristics to be in the Slytherin house. She is ambitious, cunning, and does not follow the rules. Now let's move on to sorting Joey. I think that Joey is a Hufflepuff through and through. Joey is extremely loyal to his friends. He would do anything for them, and he will always have their back. He's hardworking and persistent. You see him never give up on his pursuits, and he usually, in the end, gets whatever he was looking for. He works really hard and is very persistent. It took him a long time to become an actor, but when he finally got there, all of his hard work had finally paid off. Overall, Joey is just a very loyal, kind, laid-back kind of guy, and just as a Hufflepuff, he is unafraid of toil. I mean, he will jump into any situation to save one of his friends. Next is my favorite character, Phoebe. My first initial reaction was to sort Phoebe into the Hufflepuff house, but after thinking about her character development throughout the show, I really think that she would be a Ravenclaw. Her character is about as quirky as they come. She is fun, loving, and easygoing. But more than that, she doesn't care about what other people think. She's going to do the thing that she wants to do, and she's going to have fun doing it. On top of that, she's witty, and she has street smarts. Phoebe grew up with a rough childhood, and she lived on the streets for a long time. And that came with a lot of other knowledge, and it may not be book smarts like Ross has, but those smarts are still showing her intelligence. Next, we will sort Chandler Bing, who was a very difficult character for me to sort. He is witty like a Ravenclaw, he is noble like a Gryffindor, but more importantly, he is loyal, trustworthy, and caring like a Hufflepuff. Chandler is a Hufflepuff in my eyes. I mean, he set out to do everything he does for his friends. He even supported Joey for years as he was trying to become an actor because of how good of a friend Chandler is. He's a hard worker. We see throughout the series that no one knows what he does, but he keeps moving up in his company, and it's obvious at how hard he is working in his job and supporting Joey through that. And he is obviously persistent. He had a rough life with his parents' divorce, and we see all of the romantic toil throughout the series, but he's persistent and keeps going and eventually finds the love of his life, even though she was right in front of him the whole time. I think his loyalty, hard work, dedication, and his caring, compassionate nature for his friends puts him next to his best friend Joey in the Hufflepuff house. Last but not least, we will be sorting Rachel Green. Rachel is fierce and reckless. She has a lot of nerve and is loyal to her friends. We see in the very first episode just how reckless Rachel is, and in a way, brave. She runs away from her own wedding, which may seem like cowardice at first, but she runs away because she knows that it is not the right situation for her, and she is taking the bravest step forward to end their relationship and move forward with a life that is going to be much more difficult for her. It is her courage and confidence that gets her to where she is at the end of the series. First, we see her start off as a pretty terrible waitress, and with her confidence and her courage, she moves forward in life, taking the steps that she needs to do to become the fashion icon that she is at the end of the series. She can be pretty reckless, jumping both feet into any situation that she puts herself in, and her first knee-jerk reaction is exactly what she does, and that takes a lot of courage to be able to do, and sometimes it put her in a bad situation, but in others, it really improved her character. She is fiercely loyal to her friends. She is the first one to step up for someone and defend their honor. And she has no problem defending herself either. Overall, I think that she just really holds the traits and the values of the Gryffindor house. Well, everyone, I think that wraps up today's video. If there's a TV show or movie that you would like to see me sort the cast from, go ahead and leave that title down below in the comments. If you would like to see me sort the characters from the Riverdale TV show into Hogwarts houses, go ahead and click the card. Well, that wraps up today's video. As always, I'm Pixel, and I hope to catch you on my next video.